Now let us see the Bluetooth configuration. So in our whole project, Bluetooth configuration is very much important. Here we are using two Bluetooths, one as a master and one as a slave. So the master is going to fit on a gesture control remote part and the slave will be connected on the gesture control car part. So now let us see how to configure them. So I am connecting the 5 volts here. This 5 volts is going to VCC. And then the ground will be connected to the ground of Bluetooth. And as per the program here, you are seeing, so pin number 10 and pin number 11 is connected for RX and TX. So we are also going to connect the same pin numbers for RX and TX. So pin number 10 for RX and pin number 11 for TX. TX means transmission, RX means reception, that is receiving the signal. So now let us upload the code. As you are seeing here, we need to enter the AT command mode. To enter the AT command mode, we are trying to begin our serial monitor in 9600 baud rate, and by default the AT commands will be uploaded in 38400 baud rate. So in the main loop part, so this is in the setup part that we are telling the Arduino board how to at what baud rate the data should be transmitted, the command should go into the Bluetooth, and in the loop part now we are telling so how to write it. So whenever I get a command from the sender part, so I need to upload them to the Bluetooth. That is what I have told in the loop part. So I am going to upload. So before uploading, we need to disconnect the positive supply from the Bluetooth so that our uploading part of the code will not affect the Bluetooth. I am going to upload it now. So okay, it is showing me error because here in the tools we have selected the different board. So that's why we need to select the Arduino Uno, and after Uno we need to see which is the port number it is connected to, and then later we can upload the code. So we need to wait for the code to upload, and as you can see the TX light is turned on. That means it is ready for the configurations now. And now before doing the actual configurations, it is waiting now as the signal is telling, like it is blinking for 1 second. Now before turning on this particular Bluetooth, as you can see there is a small button in this Bluetooth. So this is the configuration button. So we need to long press the configuration button, then we need to connect it. And when I leave it, you can see the LED is blinking after 2 seconds. So this means the Bluetooth has entered the configuration mode. And now here in the serial monitor, we need to set this both NL and CR, new line, and we need to clear all the things, and then we need to set the baud rate to 9600. Like this, you can see it has been entered the AT command mode. Now we are going to check few things for this particular device. So this AT.original means it will set the default values to the Bluetooth. So just to make sure that if for suppose you might have used this Bluetooth for some other reason and for some other project, you would have configured it differently, and if you want to configure it now, so you need to get that back to the original, like a default mode. So for that reason this command is going to be helpful. Yeah, so now I guess it has been like set to default mode. After putting the Bluetooth into the default mode, let us configure it now. For the first configuration, let us check which address it is of and what is the baud rate of that particular Bluetooth. So as you are seeing, the default baud rate of our Bluetooth will be 38400. So let us keep as it is. And now we need to check the role. So what is the role? Role means either the Bluetooth is in the master or is it in the slave. So this is called as a role of a Bluetooth. So how to determine this role? So basically when the Bluetooth is configured as 0, then it is in the slave mode. If it is configured in the 1, then it is entering the master mode. So we are now doing the slave mode of the Bluetooth. So we are assigning 0 to the role so that it enters the slave. So by default it is 0. So we will just keep as it is. And finally, we need to check the address of this particular Bluetooth. For that, the command is this. And it is very important that we need to copy this address in our notepad. So let us copy this address and keep it safe. So keep it in a notepad so that it will be very much helpful when we configure the master. So this is the configuration steps for the slave part. So now let us move to the master part of it. So to configure the master part of the Bluetooth, let us take a new Bluetooth and start connecting the circuit as we have connected before. So the ground comes here and the TX and the RX. So now, this step of entering the AT mode is again the same, like long press the button, connect the VCC and leave the button, and you can observe the LEDs start blinking for each 1 second. So now let us see how to enter the master mode. So let us clear all the outputs that we have and we will take out the serial monitor again, and it is entered into the command mode as you are seeing. Again repeat the same process of checking the baud rate. So the baud rate is set default, yes, and now it is very much important that we are going to give the proper role for it. So this is the master. So it is already showing 1 because I have already coded it, and how to change it, I will also show you that. So to change the role, usually we need to write AT plus role is equal to 0 if we want to change. Then it is telling OK, and now we can check what is the role of it now. Like asking question mark is like asking it what role it is. Now as you see, it is entered into the slave mode. Now what we want a master mode. So again go AT plus role is equals to 1. It is telling OK. Now let us check whether the role has got updated. Yes, it got updated, and this is 1. So here we are having one more command so that our Bluetooth should not get connected to any other Bluetooth. So that is very much important, because when this is configured as a master, and it should not get connected to any other Bluetooth rather than the slave. So just to make sure that it is connected to only one Bluetooth, we are going into the C mode is equals to 0, which will disable all the other modes, like all the other pairing modes of it. And this bind is one of the other command that we are going to use it here. This bind is going to help us in connecting the master to the slave. So I am going to specifically give the address of the slave to the master so that it only connects to that particular slave and it doesn't connect to any other slave. So hope we have noted down the address. So the same address should come here also. So this is my address, and you need to check your Bluetooth's address so that you need to copy that, and you need to configure it here. And it has also told OK, and after all these things we are done with the configuration steps. So let us see the circuit connection and how to test the project.